Hi guys, so today I want to talk to you about becoming a more powerful, confident, and self-assured woman. Now, of course, this is a very broad topic. You know, it's going to require probably more follow-up videos to this, but I wanted to just start out with 3 building blocks that I believe are the foundation to achieving this goal. So, just to get right into it, I think the first thing to becoming more powerful and self-assured and confident is to have spiritual power. So to me, there is no real power without spiritual power. So what does that mean? It means connecting with yourself deep inside. So what is it that you were meant to do? If you're on the right path, if you're doing what you're meant to do, that is true empowerment, because no one can tell you you should be doing something different. No one can tell you you're doing something wrong or on the wrong path, because you feel it deep inside. You're connected to it. I guess they could tell you that, but or you could even tell yourself that, but you feel it. It's something that you feel. Gary Zukav writes in The Seat of the Soul, when we align our thoughts, emotions, and actions with the highest part of ourselves, we are filled with enthusiasm, purpose, and meaning. He goes on to say, when the personality comes to fully serve the energy of the soul, that is authentic empowerment. When the personality comes to fully serve the energy of the soul, that is authentic empowerment. So it's saying basically the same thing there, that you have to connect with what it is that you are meant to do. You can spend, I find, if you just spend some alone time listening to what your thoughts are telling you, to what God's telling you, to what's in your heart. Sit alone quietly with some meditation time, maybe on your lunch hour. Maybe you're in the early morning hours. Maybe once everyone has gone to bed, the house is quiet. Pay attention and listen to yourself. What is it that you were meant to do? Listen deep down inside. Now, some of you are saying, I'm just trying to make a living. I'm just trying to work and make a living for my family. That's a reality, and you do need to do that. I need to do that. But you can do both. In your after hours and your alone time, like I said, in your quiet time, wherever you can get that, wherever you can find that, even if you have little ones at home, you can find that time once they've gone to bed or before they wake up in the morning. Find that time. There's some great videos of inspirational leaders, and they talk about the power hour. And they do things during this power hour. It's intentional. They don't sit there and sleep. They do things. It includes everything from meditation to working out to reading, maybe scripture reading, maybe reading self-help books, maybe reading inspirational books, maybe reading things that are going to get you closer to the career or to the life that you were meant to have. So maybe do that. Maybe get start a power hour in the morning. That could be a way to get started. As Oprah says, if you want to find your true purpose, look at your life right now. Pay attention to your life right now. What is your life like right now? Are you working? Are you a mom? What are you doing? Are you a single working woman? Are you a girlfriend? Pay attention to your life right now. What are you doing? What do you do when you don't have anything to do? What do you choose to do? Do you what if you had no time constraints at all? What if someone gave you 2 hours and said there's no time limit, do whatever you want? Say 2 hours is a time limit, but if someone just gave you a day, what would you choose to do? That might give you a hint to what your purpose is. Would you choose to bake? Would you choose to grab a camera and go out and photograph pretty things? Maybe you maybe you can take great pictures of flowers. Maybe you appreciate architecture. Whatever it is that you do when you're alone, or when you have the opportunity to do whatever it is you want to do, pay attention to that. Pay attention to your life right now. So I think that's the first step in becoming a more powerful, confident, and self-assured woman, is spiritual power. Connect with your inner self. Um, and you know, like Gary Zukav says, when the personality comes to fully serve the energy of the soul, pay attention to that. So, you know, some people say what you tell yourself right now will be what your story is in the future. In other words, like Joel Osteen says in The Power of I Am, whatever follows I am will eventually find you. Whatever follows I am will eventually find you. Do you tell yourself, I am no good, I am fat, I am a follower? Or do you tell yourself, I'm a leader, I am a doer, I am an achiever? What do you tell yourself? Whatever you tell yourself right now will find you. Look back at 5 years ago. What were you telling yourself then? And you're probably there right now. So remember that. Whatever you tell yourself now will eventually find you. Start telling yourself the right thing. Start telling yourself that you can achieve your goals, that you will lead a life of abundance. Start telling yourself that today, so that next year, 5 years from now, you will be there, because it will eventually find you. What is your story? What you tell yourself, the story that you tell yourself will be what you become. For years, my story was, well, I'm a woman. You know, I came from a very traditional family. I had a father who was very old-fashioned. He was the leader. The man was the leader. So that was always my world. The man was the leader, and I should go into a career that was women's work. So, of course, I went into a career that I thought would be women's work. And, you know, it also happened to be a career that fulfilled my need of, you know, caring for others. I really love to care for others. So I became a nurse. And, you know, I wanted to become a mother. So I knew that I wanted a career that would allow me to do both, have a career and then also be a mom. And nursing kind of fits into that. You can work off shifts, you can work, when you have kids, you can work 3 days a week, you can work 5 days a week, you can work 1 day a week. So nursing fit for me. But you notice it was a traditional woman's role. You still don't see a lot of male nurses, and if you do, it kind of stands out. They kind of stand out. I mean, I forget the name of the show, but you know, Greg RN. It's kind of even the term nurse is sort of feminine, right? So becoming a nurse is the path that I took. And I always knew that, you know, my dad was the leader of our family, and then eventually I would get married, and then my husband would become the leader. So, and that's, you know, kind of the way I thought it was always supposed to be. And that's the story I told myself. Men were leaders, the women were not. But I actually was a leader. My natural inclination was to be a leader. My friends always followed what I did, followed my lead. I always had the ideas. I was always ready to go. I was just a natural born leader. And but my story was different. How different things may have turned out earlier for me had I told myself a different story. So what is your story? What are you telling yourself? Do you need to change that story? Start telling yourself a new story. Start telling yourself the truth. So I would say, you know, that is, you know, the second step in the foundation of building more confident, powerful, and self-assured you is to tell yourself a new story. There's a quote by Maya Angelou in The Phenomenal Woman that says, where she says, when you see me coming, it ought to make you proud. When you see me coming, it ought to make you proud. These are such, you know, powerful words. And, you know, I just envision like a woman walking into a room, just feeling as she should, just full of herself, full of confidence, self-assurance, knowing that she belongs, that she has a say in the world, has a mark to make. She tells, as Oprah tells the story, she says, when she used to walk into a room with top executives, mostly all white males, she would come as herself, but also she would bring 10,000 with her. So meaning that the 10,000 women that have come before her and paved the path for her to be walking into this room full of executives and have a place there and have a mark to make. So she comes as herself, but she comes as 10,000 as well. So, you know, you probably also come as 10,000. Well, you probably do. Look at all the women that have come before us who have laid the foundation to get where we are today. So we do belong, and you need to remember that as a woman, you should be so full of yourself that you are overflowing enough to share with others, to give to others. You need to have so much that you are overflowing, because we are the caretakers. A lot of people think that it's wrong to say that I'm full of myself. She's so full of herself is a term we hear often. But really, being full of yourself is something that needs to happen. You need to be full of yourself. So full of yourself that you're overflowing enough to give to others, to give to accomplish the things that you need to get. So fill your cup up first. So in partying, I just want to say, learn this and share it. Share it with another woman or girl, because when you empower a woman, you empower a family, you empower a community, because she takes it home and she shares it. So remember that. And look for some follow-up videos to this, and I hope this helps you. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.